Gay culture. I want to be a part of it someday, you know?
What?
I don't
Can't wait. You're going to be a gay icon one day. I'm going to make sure of it.
Not that I'm going to help you have rights or anything, but I just want to say the stuff.
I just want to, like, go to the parade and you're all, like, clapping for me. I'm, like, the center of attention.
I want to be not like a good ally. I want to be like a Katy Perry ally.
Yeah. Useless.
We do have very little, but some time left in Pride Month if you want to do a live stream or something.
Very little time. And
I
am I'm going to New York on the 1st, so I'm probably not going to be helping out the prides.
Well, I mean, the 1st is...
No, I know, but I mean,
over.
I don't want to, like, rush and think of a thing and watch a thing. I can't watch a thing.
I can't be just watching things, just throwing things in my face.
Although I have realized, like, it's been a long time since we've done a Patreon thing.
Yeah. Oof. Okay.
Welcome to You're in a Child's an Idiot, the podcast where we look back on things or thing from our childhood and decide if they were any good to begin with. My name's Damon.
I'm DJ.
And this is where we lead into the part we already did.
Would you like to describe what I'm picking between?
I would like to do that. I'm going to, like last time, I'm going to give you a chance to make your own decision based on limited information that I give you. So It makes you feel like you have a voice, but in actuality, I'm in complete control of what's going on. Isn't that fun?
American democracy, you say. Sounds great.
All right. I'm going to... 3 movies.
Okay.
2 are adaptations of existing properties.
Okay.
And 1 feels like it's an adaptation of an existing property, but isn't.
Intriguing. Okay.
Intriguing indeed. 2 are from the 80s.
Okay.
And one of those 80s things is an adaptation of something that I think started in the 1930s or 40s. And then the other one from the 80s is an adaptation of something else from the 80s.
Oh, interesting.
And then our last one is a movie from the 90s that feels like it's from something.
I feel like we haven't done anything 80s in a minute. So let's do 80s. One of the 80s. So eliminate 90s for now. just get count your fingers.
Yeah. Oh no! I'm having so much fun.
The balloons attached to you as they
ballon.
Do.
It's not the red balloon. It's not the French artistic movie, The Red Balloon.
This is when everyone figures out that you're not a PC guy like they thought you were.
Because I'm a Mac guy. Actually, I just found out this is a Mac thing the other day. I know everyone's really invested in me having a fucking Dell or whatever. Oh, Damon, yeah, he's on a Gateway 2000, right? It's got the cow box.
I'm on a Lenovo. So
I was on a Lenovo at work. I was on a Lenovo ThinkPad for a long time, and I stuck with it because I liked being known as the guy who was still on his Lenovo ThinkPad.
Oh, you're one of those.
And then one time I had it open while I was cooking a recipe, and I was gesticulating wildly, and I knocked it off the counter and it fell. Don't tell my boss.
Yeah, someone took it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like thieves. They had like black and white striped shirts and domino masks came into my home.
They came in and they poured spaghetti sauce all over it.
And then knocked it to the ground. That's why it was chipped in a way that made it look like it fell 5 feet.
Okay.
All right, back to the thing, though.
Okay, give me a few more things. I want, right now I'm leaning towards the 80s thing that's based on something else than the 80s, because that sounds crazy.
Okay.
But I need more
what
information.
else can I give you? One is by a very storied, accomplished director.
Okay.
And one is from a director who I didn't look up.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if that's... I have a feeling they are not a person.
Wow.
Whoa. Jesus.
He was an acclaimed still walker.
He was a non-issue. Yeah, I don't recognize this name. Although the star of this 80s on 80s movie is a very 80s name as well.
Okay. Is it, which one, like, do either of these live in a realm we've sort of explored more than another. Like,
okay, I can give you another hint. This 80s on 80s thing is based on something we've talked about on this very pod, as John Favreau would say. Recently? I mean, geologically, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Which eon did we explore this topic?
Homo sapiens was still walking the earth when we last discussed this.
I want to do 80s on 80s. Now tell me what it is. We're like in the first layer of me guessing what it is.
We're going to be watching Gary Goddard's Masters of the Universe.
Oh, no.
Starring Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella.
Yeah. Oh.
And Courtney Cox, a young Courtney Cox.
Is this pre or post Bruce Springsteen and Courtney Cox?
It might be post.
I think that was like her
Springsteen, because I think that was her first thing. Yeah. This is a 1987 movie. Do you know when that Springsteen song was out and about?
Before that, I want to
say. Getting its sea legs?
I feel like it was before that. Dancing in the Dark? Is that what it was?
I think so. She does the dark dancing.
So this
is that the theme? Oh, that's Dancing in the Dark.
Dancing in the Dark.
I was like, is that the theme to Masters of the Universe?
If you have
slow
that just down,
loaded?
I feel like if you
it does feel like the Man of Steel era of soundtracks. Yeah. Like, get to the point already. I stumbled upon this. I saw this around the time, not at the time, but I saw this around the time, and I was very excited because, as we discussed in our He-Man movie or He-Man episode, I was very excited to see this movie, and then after it started, I was no longer excited. And then I caught it recently on the television, watching. Hold on, it's a collection of words that don't sound like a channel, but this is what it's called. It's called Out TV Proud. That's not how you name channels, guys.
You can't just say words.
You can't have TV in the middle. You have TV at the beginning, or you have TV at the end. You can't have TV in the middle.
Also, you just say what? What?
You can't just throw in an adjective at the end.
I know this is not
is there
the main
an Out TV
issue
that's just full of shame? That's an other option on my television screen. And we caught it, and I was like, Tyler, don't move, don't touch that dial, as they used to say. Let's watch this. And then we had fun. It was a Saturday morning. It's fun to catch a movie on a Saturday morning, as I've said many a time.
I feel like
this podcast.
I work on Saturdays, okay? I can't just be sitting around watching movies. Do you... I know I've seen this because I wouldn't have been... Wild horses couldn't have stopped me to see anything related to He-Man when I was a child, but I don't remember the effect this did or didn't have on me. Why is this on Proud Out TV?
I assumed because of leotards and scantily dressed men.
Camp? Is this
they're
a
out
camp
and about.
situation?
There's a little bit of a camp situation. And it was Courtney Cox. It's good to see her.
Maybe
her last name was part of it, and there was just a mix-up.
Is
Out TV Proud.
Is Courtney Cox a friend of Melissa Etheridge, as they say?
No, I don't. In the movie or in life? Either way, no. She hates Melissa Etheridge.
I'm going to stop you there. No.
I think this is a common trope in 80s movies that are like adapting some. I feel like this was common when you're dealing with something that would be very expensive to film. You start filming it in that place and then find a way to get those characters
them to New York,
into the real world. And then we don't have to build no more sets now, or at least into Toronto or Vancouver if necessary.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the thing about this is like, He-Man never goes anywhere. He's always in Eternia. And now you've got him like riding in a cab or whatever.
That's why they did that with Crocodile Dundee, because it's notoriously very
They had to build all of Australia. They actually filmed it in New Zealand because that's the only place that looks like how Australia was described by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Is Cringer in this?
Who's Cringer? No, the Battle Cat / Cringer? I don't believe so. Man-at-Arms is in it.
Okay.
Oh, God. Is Man-at-Arms? He's the one with the mustache, right? The kind of daddy vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
He's in it, and whoever his daughter is in the cartoon
Yeah.
She's in it.
I have to really... here's the thing.
The Sorceress is in it. Skeletor's in it.
Okay.
Evelyn's in it. And then I think they
Evelyn.
invented a bunch of sort of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers style like sidekicks to be in
Evelyn.
Skeletor's.
Do you get it? Yes. Stop saying...
I got it. Why would her parents name her that?
It sounds like Evelyn. No, I got it. If you have to repeat the name just so I get
Imagine someone named Evelyn, but they were evil. You following me? Evelyn Waugh, for example. When he writes Brideshead Revisited, imagine if he was evil. Evelyn Waugh.
Evelyn Waugh. I am wondering how toyetic this version will be.
I feel like because they were trying to do it bare bones, I don't know how Schumacherian it would be in its toyeticness.
So you're saying when Man-at-Arms and He-Man don't click their heels together and ice skates pop out? That doesn't happen in this?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
And I don't believe they have a kung fu grip either.
No, that's a real shame. Okay, I think I'm ready. You want to watch this?
More than I ever have.
Okay, we're going to watch Masters or Master of the Universe.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe. Master of the Universe is something that Tom Wolfe came up with for Bonfire of the Vanities. So that's not what we're going to watch. We're going to watch Masters.
It's He-Man,
the sequel
and the
to Bonfire of the Vanities. Huh?
It's He-Man and the Master of the Universe? Is he
I
the
believe
Master
so.
of the Universe? I think we talked about this. I don't know.
That's a good question. Like, it's sort of the Alvin and the Chipmunks thing where it's like, but Alvin's also a chipmunk. So why are you separating him out? Because he's the lead singer. He-Man is the lead singer of the Masters of the Universe.
Got it. I feel like you already made that joke, but it's still good. Okay, let's go.
Is Diana Ross a Supreme, though?
Ooh, I think she started as one and then got promoted.
That's true. She became the third K for the Supremes.
Mm-hmm. Damon, you know how we're always being approached by advertisers that are like, hey, I'm over here making websites easy for you, or something like that. Some bullshit like that.
Yes. I do know how we are approached by advertising and corporate and marketing groups.
Yeah.
John Hams.
We want to keep it real. We want to keep in touch with the people. What do you want? So you support us at patreon.com/innerchild'sanidiot. You tell us what you want. We give you some bonus episodes. We do an occasional watch of Rings of Power on Amazon for some reason. And then you support us, you keep the lights on. It seems fair to me, and we don't talk to you ad nauseum about MeUndies. So I feel like it's a fair trade.
That is a nice trade. And I don't know how I got you to convince me to tie my electrical bill to the podcast's account. I really regret that, because then I found out you hadn't done the same. It felt like you were pulling the wool over.
There's no sense in both of us doing it. I just want to be authentic, man. I just want to keep it real.
But yeah.
They asked us to join the Wondery Network and have, for every 4.5 seconds of podcast, to have an ad. And we were like, no. Our people want to hear this voice in this tone saying and like every few seconds.
Oh, my skills. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Help us out. Patreon.com/innerchild'sanidiot. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Only no advertisements except for this one, which is for the show.
Which is for the show you're already listening to, but in a very specific manner of support.
Yeah.
And you get extra show.
Yeah. More show. Better.
Which hopefully you're liking this show and you'd want more of it. If not, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
No, just turn this off. If you're not enjoying this, get out of here. We don't want you.
Because there's only going to be more of this.
Yeah. It only gets worse from here. Speaking of, let's get back to the show. Do you have the power or do I have the power?
I think in part of the Geneva Conventions actually spreads the power amongst the people.
Yeah.
I think when the Berlin Wall fell, Castle Greyskull had to redistribute some of the power back down. Now, you had Eternian oligarchs who swept in, who just swept in and took over, a lot of the, state-run corporations. Which is terrible. You don't want Merman running, the gas company. But, generally, I think people liked it. Prices went down, weren't so many lines for Eternian bread.
Yep.
Which they call flour bread, which I was trying to make a play on He-Man because, his name seems semi-redundant.
Sure. I think we all kind of underestimated the consequences of Archduke Man-at-Arms getting assassinated. That kind of kicked off this whole thing.
Yeah, well, that was really just the
I'm mixing up
explosion
World
of the
Wars,
keg.
but I don't care.
It was the death of Prince Adam that everyone had treaties tied to that, and everyone was kind of related to him already.
Yeah,
and that caused
Eternia is
a
not that big of a
things.
place, actually.
Yeah,
there's like 12 people that live in Eternia.
There's like 12 people, and only like 6 of them would you want to fuck. The other people are like half man hybrids. Where I'm like, I don't even know if you have the same junk that I do. Orko, what's going on under there?
No, we got into kind of some xenophobia really quickly.
Yeah,
here,
you're right.
And I just do you want to take some time to pull out your notes app and apologize to the people?
I just think people, want a real Eternia. You know what I mean? Let's get back to what it was like when I was young. And you might call it nationalism. It's Eternian nationalism, but I just call it populism.
Skeletor did such a good job when he was reigning in terror the first time that I felt like, let's give this a go again. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah.
Well, when Prince Adam came in, I feel like he was around for COVID. I can't really place who was in charge when COVID hit. But I really think that Prince Adam was responsible, so I really gotta hand it to Skeletor. It's a two-party system.
Those are the only two choices we have. Will you please recap this movie? Because I can't. I can't.
TJ, no. I was really hoping that you could.
I can do it.
No, I can. I brought the movie to the table. It's only right, meet and right for me to do so.
Okay.
Eternia, you and I. Well, if you wrap it in a grape leaf, meat and rice is really nice.
Not an Eternia. They're vegetarian, so.
No, absolutely not. Hey, we all know Eternia. It's a beautiful land of drought and deserts.
I just want to interrupt just for a second. All recaps should start with hey. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just a guy. I just turned my chair around. I'm sitting backwards in it, which this one has armrests, which makes it really weird.
Yeah. Kind of hot.
Kind of looks like I've got stirrups. I'm about to give birth. But hey, Deej, we all love Eternia. Who wouldn't want to take over Eternia?
It's a cool place.
Smash cut. We open on Castle Greyskull. The Countess Luann is sorceress. The sorceress Luann is taken over by Skeletor. He is in Castle Greyskull. You know that thing that he was always trying to do in the cartoons? Yeah. He just does that within, I don't know, the first 45 seconds of this movie.
He's got it.
Done. Consider it done.
Yeah.
End credits. What a great film.
It's not even in media res. It's post-media res.
We start in Act 4 of this movie. Skeletor, Frank Langella, appears. He sits on the throne, puts the sorceress in a force field, and says, hey, you know what I need to do in order to take over the universe? Yeah. Put a pin in that. I didn't catch what he said. I feel like it has to do with He-Man kneeling before him.
Yeah.
And so he goes on the Eternian PA system, which is this big Tupac hologram that they have in the middle of town. And he just starts screaming at everyone that they all need to bend the knee or they will die.
First introduced at Eternia Palooza 1.
You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, Skeletor, but hey, I'm not ahead of state.
You do you.
He-Man sees this, our beloved He-Man, Dolph Lundgren, and Tila Tequila, and Man-at-Arms. Man-at-War? Man-of-Times?
Man-at-Arms.
Cat o' Nine Tails?
Man from the Manja?
Man from Mars.
Tila from Venus. That's his daughter. That's weird.
Yeah, come on, guys. Grow up, Canon and Golan Globus group. So they're like, man, Skeletor, I don't want him in charge. And then they see, hold on, I'm going to have to get this name because everyone kept saying it. And every time it was like there was a witch's spell upon me. It was like it just washed over me and I never actually learned his name.
Are you talking about the
Billy
guy?
Barty's character, who is, of course, as we all know, Gwildor.
Gwildor.
Not to be mistaken but with Gwahir, the king of the eagles in Middle-earth.
Right.
Gwildor is a locksmith and inventor. I don't know why he leads with locksmith. And luckily, he's caught in a net from Skeletor's robot army. He-Man frees him, and luckily he's still right by his house. So he walks 5 feet in the other direction, takes them into his house, and he says, Skeletor's looking for this. And he shows them MacGuffin. The cosmic key. Does that sound familiar? Were those two words that were used? And he's like, hey, check this out. It's pretty cool. And then He-Man, being the strategical mastermind that he is like, I think Skeletor is trying to lure me to Castle Greyskull. Let's go to Castle Greyskull. And so they do. And they've got Gwildor with them. Teela's there, Man-at-Arms, all the hits. They go to Castle Greyskull, and wouldn't you know it, they find out it was all a trap. And they get attacked by Skeletor's robot army. And then Gwildor, beloved character, as he starts the cosmic key, creates a portal to anywhere America.
California kind of looks like.
Yeah, it always kind of looks like California. I have a weird thing with California. Did I tell you when I went to Los Angeles? Not to get lost in a tangent, but I went to Los Angeles, and Tyler and I went for a walk in like a residential area, and I had this eerie sense of deja vu.
Ooh.
Where I was like, I feel like I've been in this town before, and I realized it's because this is what every fucking movie I've ever seen looks like. This is what neighborhoods look like. It was very eerie. It was one of the most eerie things I've experienced while just checking out houses.
Kids of the next generation will feel that walking through Atlanta or Montreal, Toronto.
I was going to say, or Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Mulder and Scully might pop out at any moment. You know how the kids are always watching the X-Files?
Yeah. The Gen Alpha loves the X-Files.
Hey, what was I saying?
They like the reboot. Anyway, you were talking, by the way, we are, I think, 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the
I know,
movie
but now we're at the part that everyone wants to see, which is what are regular kids doing?
What is Courtney
in this
Cox
world
up
of
to?
Sword and sorcery and somewhat sci-fi stuff?
Yeah.
What is an orphan teenager who's planning to move across the country gonna do?
Yeah.
And the movie answers that in spades. We meet Courtney Cox's character, name not important. We meet her boyfriend, name not important. They go on their last date together. They go to her parents' graves. Her parents died in a plane wreck. Courtney Cox says, it's all my... I put a pin in that because she says, it's all my fault. And he's like, no, you can't say that. I do want to put a pin in her thinking it's her fault.
Julie.
And
he's
Kevin Corrigan. Yeah. Wasn't that guy on American Idol who he looked like a little child? He looked like Disney's
Sutter,
Chicken
Little.
Little.
You're thinking of.
No, I am not. Childlike Ruben Studdard.
Clay Aiken. I only watched the first 2 seasons of American Idol.
I see that now. The point is, Courtney is moving across the country. She's got to break up with her boyfriend. And on their last day together, they go to her parents' graves so that everyone can get horned up. And then while they're at the graves, they find the cosmic key, which got separated from He-Man and all the rest because they're also in California. Their portal took them there. They landed there. Anyway, they take the cosmic key. They accidentally turn it on. That tells Skeletor that's where the cosmic key is. Now, Skeletor does have a cosmic key of his own, and it is specified that he doesn't need a second cosmic key, but if he didn't come for the second one, the plot wouldn't go forward. Yeah. So that's what he has to do. And so he sends his minions to come get them.
Someone paid dozens of dollars for this plot device, and I'm going to follow through.
We've got all your favorites. Beast Man, Karg, Saurod, and of course, a fourth one that I didn't catch his name. Blade.
Yeah.
Not associated with Marvel's Blade.
I think
Nor is he associated with Burlington Coat Factory. Completely different Blade.
Karg is the one that looks like Khan from Star Trek 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you had dropped Khan in like a vat full of acid.
He looks like
he's a little fella
from Critters, all grown up.
Yes, he does look a little bit like a critter. He like if Critter and Spike from Gremlins 1 had a baby and then got it really into Whitesnake. That's what Karg looks like. So, it's all a big misunderstanding, but Karg's like trying to get Courtney Cox, get that key, cosmic key. But Courtney Cox's boyfriend took it to a musical instrument store. You probably felt right at home.
Yeah.
You were like, oh man, I'd love to shred on the drums. But the thing is, something. He-Man finds Courtney Cox. He rescues her. Then they meet up with Kevin again.
Principal Strickland shows up.
Principal Strickland from Back to the Future is also there. James Tolkan created Middle-earth, and now he's here. And the point is, they eventually have to go back to Eternia. Well, actually, Evelyn shows up. Skeletor does a very brief parade through the streets. And then they go back to Eternia.
On his airboat.
We've got, it was very Rose Parade. The mummers are coming in after this.
Elbow, wrist, elbow.
He takes He-Man back
Bow before Skeletor.
To
have some candy also.
But it's always that double bubble and it cuts your cheek a little bit. He takes He-Man back to Castle Greyskull where they do some sort of homoerotic whipping. Much appreciated movie. I'm surprised it took us this long to get there. And the team, the Cosmic Key got broken at some point. They get it working again, though, and they go back to Eternia. They save the day. Skeletor takes control of the universe for, I don't know, would you say 4.5 minutes?
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's defeated, gets thrown into a pit, of which there are many in Castle Greyskull. So, I mean, OSHA would have a field day with that place. He-Man corrects everything. Courtney Cox gets sent back to California. We also find out she's sent back in time 1 year where her parents are still alive on the day her parents die.
Even though they asked if she wanted to go back in time and they were like, no thanks.
Yeah, and then she starts screaming from the portal and it doesn't matter. She gets sent back in time to stop her parents from dying. Her parents died because they flew a plane and lost control.
They literally throw that in the last 120 seconds.
That they were flying the plane. It was their own personal plane.
Just bonkers
absolutely
information
insane.
To get in the last second of the movie.
This is a terrible recap, but hey, it's almost over now.
Yeah, we made it through nearly.
The point is that her and Kevin now are back to being juniors in high school again. Ugh, no thanks. Oof. But they've got a little ball that looks like a gumball set in gold that He-Man gave them that can, I don't know, they can always have He-Man in their heart or something.
They always remember.
I don't know. And that's Masters of the Universe, directed by Gary Goddard. The 400 Blows, French New Wave, and this is what he's doing. Can you believe it?
You're thinking of Gary Glitter, I think.
And he's never done anything wrong.
Yeah. Did you see that there is a post-credit scene?
I'm angry at myself because I know there is one. I've seen it before, but I did not catch it this watch round. Amazon was like, "You're done, right?" And I'm like, yeah. I think I'm done.
I'm good. I got it there.
But I do know that at the end, Skeletor pops back out of the lava and says, "Boo, boo, boo. That's not all, folks." What does he actually say?
I'll get you, He-Man. I didn't see it. I only saw, because I also, whatever I was watching on was like, get out of here. I need you to watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Get out of here. and then I was reading later, I was reading a recap or something, and I was like, oh.
Oh, he says, "I'll be back."
Okay. Classic.
So, I think we all.
Classic.
And funny irony, I love when they set up a sequel that never happens. It's my favorite thing.
Well, apparently there was a sequel that was supposed to happen, but instead the studio went out of business.
It could happen to anyone. Not the Cannon Group.
The Cannon Group is no more.
The people who made The Apple, which is a crazy Coke-fueled musical about the Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's nice.
It is, yeah. They also made Ooh, Lady Cheaterly's lover. That's pretty nice.
Something that I've heard of, though.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Yeah.
They made the Breakin duology. Breakin and Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo. With Vin Diesel, a baby Vin Diesel.
Isn't it weird that like the best thing about that movie is not even the title, the subtitle?
Like, I mean, I do appreciate a dropped G, but Electric Boogaloo, you can't really beat. Deej.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking up Gary Goddard's because I knew there was something.
He looks like he's mostly a theater director, from what I saw.
He left something.
An amulet, a cursed amulet.
Oh no, God. Okay, we might go ahead and go to the.
Oh no! Yeah, let's go.
Get in the corner. I didn't even know about this one.
Fuck.
Well researched. All right. Well, I'm just coming across this one, looking up Gary Goddard, but
these are all alleged, I assume.
He is one of the filmmakers. Yeah, alleged. He was one of the filmmakers sued by the guy who sued Bryan Singer, Michael Egan.
Oh, okay. For the same stuff?
But he withdrew his lawsuit against Goddard. So
good to know. And good to specify for our lawyers.
But
damn it.
Later, Anthony Edwards wrote an essay in which he accused Goddard of molesting him and rape against best friend for years when they were 12. Denied. Whew. So, Gary Goddard, grain of salt, I guess. God damn it. And then we have to, I guess, touch on the Langella of it all. We talked about this in Dave.
Oh shit.
Langella's accusations are harassment related. He got some like relationship. It seemed our assessment was more of a crotchety asshole kind of vibe from what we were getting. With, not that it's not inappropriate, not to like take away anything from someone he made it feel uncomfortable, but that it was more like someone who didn't want to change their ways because they're old and crotchety, more than something as serious as, I don't know. I don't like comparing and contrasting, but also
he also had a relationship with Whoopi Goldberg.
Who did? Langella?
Frank Langella.
And that's problematic? Wow, Damon.
No.
Wow.
I'm just on his Wikipedia page trying to find information on him.
And this is much, I guess, less disturbing, but just the way that Courtney Cox's character is featured and then immediately discarded is pretty problematic as well. She's literally like supposed to be like our audience surrogate, and then she's just sort of sidelined for the whole third act, and in place of her boyfriend, who was like not even like we weren't following him, and then now we are, and then at the end we're back to finding out about her parents. I'm like, what's happening here? But
there's a chance that this may be a mess.
I hate to. I mean, we can talk about that more outside of the corner, but I feel like that belongs a little bit here as well.
It is odd because, I mean, she is our through line into, what was that planet's name? Earth? Is that what they kept calling it?
Yeah.
I prefer the term Terra. But, yeah, she is sort of,
walkers.
She become, she is our through line, and we immediately like create this connection with her, theoretically, at least intended
That's
connection.
Yeah.
And yeah, she gets injured at one point, goes missing. She sort of turns into a damsel in distress, and then we're hanging out with her boyfriend, who is even less person. He doesn't even have dead parents.
Yeah.
Which is all the characterization she's been given.
At least have some dead parents, man.
Yeah, come on, give me something. It's. I mean, I complained about this in the intro. You have given us I'll just get into it.
Wait, let's get out of the corner.
Yeah, let's get out of the corner. We have to close the book on this. I know everyone will be like, "Oh, are they still in the problematic corner?
Are they still in there?" I hate. It's like when you forget to put the right parentheses.
Yeah, or you forget to de-indent when you're doing an outline. You know how we're always doing outlines?
Outlines. Bane of my existence that I'm always doing.
So here's my problem. Because we also watched the He-Man animated show.
Yes, which was
back,
also a fucking mess.
Which was a fucking mess. If you have to watch one of those shows, watch She-Ra. They suddenly learned how to tell a story.
Yeah.
But He-Man is a mess. And I was remembering that was kind of a mess in that it did not want to explain any of the questions that reporters asked. The who, what, when, where, and why. They were like, nah, you get it. They're men in loincloths. What else are they going to do?
They're like, He-Man, they're vegetarians except for Man-at-Arms. I'm like, that's not what I was asking.
But, so the cartoon was very, like, slipshod on lore or explaining why anything is happening. And I thought, well, at least this movie, in that it has a huge lead up, will be able to establish these themes. Not interested at all. No. I mean, this movie is designed for, you already know these people, right? You already have the toys, correct? So you're going to come and see the movie. You're going to yell at your parents until they take you to see this movie.
Lauren was very confused.
They explain nothing.
Yeah.
They explain why anyone wants to take over Eternia, who Skeletor is. They don't explain who the Sorceress is. They don't really explain He-Man or Teela, Man-at-Arms, and Billy Barty's character. I kept missing his name because it was Gwildor. Gwildor? Yes.
Gwildor. Let's not be high and mighty about the name Gwildor, okay? Tolkien, buddy.
Well, you can ask him. He's on set. James Tolkien, come over here.
Tolkien.
What's the deal with this? But they immediately, they're like, they are running at a breakneck pace so they can get us to California. They don't even want to explain anything about how this world works. And they're like, you're really going to want to learn how an orphan lives. And I'm like, no, I know how humans work. I want to know how this fucking nonsense works. Not interested.
When I think at least some of that getting out of Eternia as quick as possible was budgetary.
It feels that way. Although, I mean, this is not...
It's like a $20 million movie in 1987. So it's not like...
It's not cheap. It's not great, but it is not a cheap movie. And, I mean, especially, I didn't really like the design of Castle Greyskull, but apparently that was the biggest set they had built at the time.
Ever. Yeah.
Like they had knocked down the wall between two different sound stages to build this giant castle stage.
That's why they used it in Break-In 2, which then became the even biggest.
Vin, just put some cardboard down and you can break on that.
Yeah.
He's breaking, everyone. Shh. Breaking on the set. He's breaking. Did someone say the G? I swear to God, Greg, if you keep saying that G, I will throw you the fuck off my set.
Is it break? I always thought it was break-in. This makes a lot more sense. He's breaking.
You thought it was about small-time robberies.
No. I thought it was someone just lightly touching on their brakes. Breaking. I spelled it differently in my head.
You've got another... You're sitting on a gold mine. How do you feel about this introduction of Eternia and all this nonsense?
We get right into the nonsense. I don't mind. It's
you
very
love
clear.
Nonsense.
It's very clear from the get-go that they're kind of copying Star Wars. They've got brassy music, which is kind of very reminiscent. It's got similar intervals to the Star Wars theme, and it's got similar harmonization. We got like Skeletor's looking very Darth Vader-y. I mean, it's obviously got the skull face, but he's also got kind of like a costume that is more beep bops and boops. There's like electronics and lights on it.
Yeah,
and
little got, silver.
Like, all his
things.
Centurions are. We learn later that they're robots, but I mean,
do we actually learn that? I saw that in the IMDb that Mattel insisted them being robots, so that He-Man never actually kills anyone. But
I don't know that we actually do. We just get kind of like a robotic voice from them every once in a while.
The minute we saw them, I was like, oh, they thought, Star Wars was successful and they only had one Darth Vader. What if we have 50 Darths Vader?
And so it was very clear that they're trying to make you think of that, like kind of recall that. And that's always a dangerous gamble because on one hand, you get some extra good feelings that maybe you didn't earn, but also you get an immediate comparison to something people like. So that can be dangerous if maybe you fall short like every single moment of this movie does. But But this also, this is getting into something else here, but something I noticed pretty quickly, and I remember this is why I had no attachment to this movie as a kid. This is not based on the cartoon. This is based on the toys, which the cartoon was as well, but it's like this, they bought the movie rights, apparently. This is all like, hearsay, secondhand, but like they bought the movie rights before the cartoon started and became this phenomenal success and like had been developing it. And so that kind of explains some of the disconnect to me, is that like they didn't take, this is a really still capitalize on the popularity of the cartoon and the toys, but they kind of were trying to do something else, which could have been admirable, creatively, but instead it just made it confusing. Because if you do enjoy the cartoon, or you did like it as a kid, and you come to this, you're like, what is happening? Where's Cringer? Where's Orko? Where's Adam?
Merman? Where's
Merman?
I can only think of Merman at this point.
I just think of what Lacey said in our Star Wars accent, where she's like, watched a different movie outside the original trilogy, and she's like, where's Luke Skywalker? You said Star Wars, and I want to know where Luke Skywalker
Where is he?
And then now Disney's like, we'll put him in it. Just wait, don't go.
We'll get someone and just cover his face in CGI. You're gonna love it.
You want Hulu too? Come on.
You're not gonna get nauseous looking at it, I can tell you that. I mean, I think I remember also seeing this as a kid and being very confused. It's very confusing. Everything, even if you're basing it off the toys, one of the things I think is interesting, it's that Star Wars, we talked about this, like Star Wars is fantasy and sci-fi drag, and I feel like He-Man feels like sci-fi in fantasy drag. Like it's very, a lot of guns and flying around and ships and stuff, even though there's castles and swords and all that nonsense. There's a lot of laser blasts for having swords.
They don't seem into the fantasy element of it
at
all. Yeah.
They also don't seem interested in anyone looking like their character. I mean, even if you're not basing it off the cartoon, like Evelyn, the doll, has a specific look. I'm trying to be careful here, because I do get a little annoyed with like fan culture insisting that everything look the way it should.
Yeah.
But one thing that I thought was weird is that everything looks just generic. Like everything, like He-Man has like this Conan O'Brien aesthetic, but there's also a little bit Conan O'Brien. Fucking Christ.
I'm just gonna let that one go. I was just gonna laugh and let you have it.
It has this Conan O'Brien aesthetic. Team Coco.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan O'Brien as Dolph Lundgren.
I am doing the floss dance.
I'm a marionette. I cut my string
in the year 2000.
Masturbating bear. Well, look out.
But then it's weird, because then sometimes Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan O'Brien will do interviews with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Robert Smigel doing Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a mess. He-Man has this Conan the Barbarian aesthetic, but there's sci-fi elements like mixed in, where he's wearing
shooting guns and
harnesses, and they've got ships and everything and nonsense. And here it just looked like some jacked guy was, he's like, I can build a He-Man costume, not by buying a He-Man costume, but by finding stuff at Party City that kind of evokes a He-Man costume. So everything looked very generic. This was
before they started going out of business, so...
Everything looks very generic. And I was reminded, like, when we watched Willow, where fantasy in the 80s always just kind of looked a little generic. I think we've been spoiled in a post-Lord of the Rings universe where everything is styled in a thoughtful way, rather than just this is kind of old-timey. And this feels very generic. Everyone looks like this is the costumes we had lying around. Man-at-Arms, you're going to look like you're, attacking the Death Star, and you're going to look like a guy who's wearing a blanket on his back and just wearing, greaves on his legs, but they're nothing evokes anything. It's just like, this is kind of medieval.
But just to give a little counterpoint to that, Dolph Lundgren is very jacked.
He is very jacked. I have to hand it to him. And when they're whipping him at the end, when he's not wearing any clothes at all, you can see how jacked he was.
Yeah. And I've seen everything. Do you want to go through the characters a little bit? So let's talk about...
Must we? Yes.
Let's save Dolph, because that is a little treat for the end. I want to begin with Frank Langella as Skeletor. He didn't go for the voice.
Mm-hmm. Remember!
He seems like he is having an absolute ball. And I appreciate that. And
he does seem like he is having fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that... I think it may be because the script is just so sort of lackluster. It's not necessarily as fun to watch.
No. Don't get me wrong.
Don't misread me, please.
He seems like he's having a good time. No one else is. No, I mean the lines aren't especially interesting or good, and it's not that sort of it's hammy, but it's it's not really intentionally that way. It doesn't feel like that, at least. It's Skeletor is not a 3-dimensional character to build on. So I think, I don't know what else I would want from him as an actor. I thought it was pretty fun. I did notice that the trivia mentioned how much Langella was working on his body so that he could work as Skeletor, and was sort of disappointed by how kind of covered he was. And I just want to say, I'm done. I'm full up on hearing about Frank Langella's body at this point. It was only 2 mentions, and I'm done. I didn't know. It's like radiation. You can only do so much in a lifetime, and you're just kind of full. So,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I didn't read about the body thing. I didn't know he had worked out at all, because he's just in these sort of Emperor Palpatine robes the entire time.
When you think Langella, you think lats,
No, I absolutely. I mean, when I think about him, I become turgid immediately. But it is odd. But hey, that's showbiz, man. You come in, you see your costume, you're like, oh, but I did all the lats. And they're like, sorry. He's like, but my supersets.
Got all these apps.
See, there's one here. There's one over here. I wish it had gone more over the top. He's only on one set, and he's sort of it's a bit like what's her name, Hela in Thor Ragnarok, where she just is on that one set the entire movie while everyone else is running all over Kingdom Come. She's just like, I guess I'll just sort of glower here in this castle and hang out with Carl Urban until the climax arrives. Yeah, and then he's sort of stuck with what's her name? Old Blue Eyes. Mickey Blue Eyes.
Evelyn?
Evelyn, but what's the actress's name?
Oh, Meg
Foster.
Yeah.
With those White Walker eyes. She also doesn't have a lot to do. And one of the things I kept reading about in the trivia is how fucking uncomfortable absolutely every person was filming this movie. Meg Foster couldn't sit down because her costume would not allow it.
Bruise her thighs with the giant.
Everyone seems like they were absolutely miserable. It was not just her. The guy who played Blade had to negotiate because he was wearing 50 pounds of costume on him.
Yeah.
And everyone else was in huge prosthetics and noses and hairs. Everyone seemed miserable. This seems like a miserable fucking movie. But Evelyn, she also could have been maniacally laughing. And I feel like she's given nothing to do except sort of stare and raise eyebrows at things.
I
that
think
will
she
be
has
added
the most,
later in post.
This is a pretty low bar, but I think she has the most interesting villain arc because she's way more effective than Skeletor is. She at one point kind of I don't know, it uses illusions to make Courtney Cox characters think that she's seeing her dead mom, and then she goes over there and she ends up getting that. She even seems to know that she's being brainwashed, but she does it anyway. She gets the key, steals it from our heroes and gives it to Evelyn. Evelyn's like, thanks, peace. Of course, she gets it snatched by the very convenient grappling hook, which takes the cosmic key out of different situations 3 times in this movie.
Jesus
this grappling
Christ.
hook, which is...
We never actually see anyone wielding it.
I don't know where
it just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just kind of is a thing. I assumed it was Man-at-Arms. Maybe that's a thing from the cartoons that I don't remember, is that somebody has that.
From the toys.
From the toys.
Yeah, but she does have... I mean, and I think there was some talk about like Meg Foster saying, yeah, I felt like my character is in love with Skeletor, and over the course of the movie, she falls out of love with Skeletor. I'm like, I'm glad you spent some time coming up with that. I don't know if that's reflected entirely in the movie, but congratulations.
It's kind of, we get a couple of glances where he says something mean to her and she kind of like glowers. And then at the end, she's like, deuces.
Yeah, she does sort of
I'm out.
She's like, hey, let's head out. Let's head out early and beat the traffic.
And the minions are like, oh, good. I never want to stay for the encore anyway.
And it's all performative. Like they're going to come out in 2 seconds once we start
play
clapping.
the extra songs. Just play the hit at the
play
end.
them. I'm too old for that. I can't. It hurts to clap that much, Skeletor. Come on.
Also, like, there's like thousands of people here. What's the difference if I clap or I don't clap? I'm not going to clap.
Don't play Go Ask Alice. I don't have time for this.
Sorry, that was me at the
Skeletor show.
Yeah, the Skeletor concert. Okay, so that we got Evelyn, we got Frank Langella. Let's talk about. I mean, we already kind of talked about Julie, about Courtney Cox. I think she does fine. Like it's not like she has a lot to do.
She does. She portrays herself as a natural California teenager. Courtney Cox is charming. She's cute.
Very pretty.
Great.
This famously beautiful actress is very pretty. So good job with the genetics.
She's done it again. She
I'm like
does.
mad at her.
I was
like,
a little bit.
Great job, you bitch.
I was a little bit annoyed because at one point, when she goes back to her house where her boyfriend is waiting for her, He-Man and Tila, Tequila, and Man-at-Arms and Bibley are there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, whoa, get away from them. Because, he's been accosted by all these Eternians. So he's naturally uncomfortable.
The boyfriend.
And she's like, who are these people? And she's like, they're my friends. And I'm like, you just met them 45 minutes ago.
Well, she gives He-Man an immediate hug.
Well,
like,
I mean, let me tell you, if I ran into Dolph Lundgren, face aside, I would want to press my face against that pillowy chest.
She does smile a couple times in this. Lauren was charmed by the smile of the Dolph.
Interesting.
Smile. Yeah.
It felt like watching someone smile for the first
paradise, time. You know what I mean?
You just need to be more like Dolph. Charismaless.
Okay, I'm going to do the rest of the podcast like Dolph, starting now.
No more. Tej, what about the MacGuffin we need to get?
The MacGuffin.
Remember at the end when all the other Eternians are like, victory, victory, and He-Man just goes, victory.
Hold on, we're not on Dolph yet. Hold on, we're
sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So treat for the end.
Who else do we want to talk about? Kevin Corrigan?
Kevin Corrigan. So the boyfriend, he was probably the worst. Well, not the worst.
We still haven't gotten to our title character yet. Let's not just start throwing words around.
That's true. The worst Earthling. I think he had too many lines for his skill set.
Okay. I didn't think he was that bad.
Foreshadowing for Dolph Lundgren, who didn't have that many lines. But he just was like, I think it was, they at some point maybe I was just sort of bitter about him kind of becoming the main character all of a sudden when I was like, I thought we were kind of like
following Courtney.
Yeah, I thought we were following her and she was like and it was like, they seemed like they like each other, but it wasn't serious enough for them to like stay together while she moves across the country. And we're going to kind of leave this guy behind. And then he kind of gets mixed up in this. And then he's like,
Kevin, you're going to go to college. And you're going to want to.
Yeah.
You're going to try and do the long distance thing, but you're going to meet girls in college who are right there in your dorm. This is not going to work out.
You're going to put a little shoe in the door because you're.
Shoe in the door?
Yeah, because you're.
Just put a sock on the knob.
No, your college is conservative. If you have someone over, you got to put a shoe in the door. Otherwise, they can't be there.
Oh, to wedge it?
Yeah, just to keep it open.
Oh, I do actually remember visiting a girl at Belmont. To come out to her, but I still had to sign in.
Tila, you want to talk about Tila? She gets even less to do. At one point, she's a little jealous of Julie for like 5 seconds, but it seems like she's just kind of ribbing He-Man and then she moves on.
What is she? Wait, I'm trying to remember this.
She's like,
because there isn't.
Oh, you've known her for like 5 minutes or something like that. She says, I don't remember what the line is, but she kind of makes some comment about like, oh, you guys are friends all of a sudden. And, but then it's like, she kind of moves on. So I don't know.
Yeah, she isn't clarified. I remember her from the cartoon, but I don't remember. She's pointless. She's almost pointless in this movie.
Yeah.
She's just sort of there to be Tila, to say Tila's in this as well. But there's nothing remarkable about her character.
No.
I mean, it's interesting to see, a female character who is kicking ass and taking names, but there's nothing unique about Tila outside of that.
She gets to say woman at arms because she comes out at one point and it's like, it seems like you need a woman's touch, boys. It's like,
is Tila's last name at arms?
Yeah, it's Tila at arms.
And her father's name is May.
No. I don't know.
Why does he have a ludicrous name and she's just got a name?
I think that was like, I don't want to put too much in it, but I think that's like his position. Because he has a name. Duncan is his name. And Man at Arms is like his
name, his position is Man at Arms?
I don't know.
Isn't that anyone in the military?
He does seem like the lieutenant, like, up to He-Man's whatever is above the lieutenant.
We also get a glimpse. I mean, this is the most memorable Tila scene for me, is that they, Gwildor steals some fried chicken from the restaurant at which Courtney Cox works and shares it with Duncan and Tila. Yeah. And they start eating it. And then she's like, it's weird that they serve them all on these little sticks. And
she has ribs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's like, those are bones, Duncan says. And that Guy here and Tila are both like, this used to be an animal. What? And so I guess Eternia is vegetarian, but Duncan is also vegetarian, but doesn't have a problem eating meat.
He's a meatitarian? Yeah. I don't know.
Or maybe it's just Lent in Eternia.
Yeah.
It's Friday. Lent. It's Friday in Lent. And I'm like, oh,
man,
Duncan.
These other dimensions are wild. This place, it's Lent every day except for
that 1 week.
1 week.
Those 40 days in the spring.
40 days, yeah. I don't know. How long is Lent? I don't know.
Lent is 40 days. Holy Week is a week.
Oh, that makes sense because it's in the name.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know which one's which.
And Jesus only ate vegetables in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, so it just checks out.
So we also have our henchman,
We're talking about Man at Arms anymore?
Oh, he's got a mustache. He kind of looks like William Hurt.
He gets a little, this John Cypher, obviously. He gets
or is that his real name?
Well, what could be construed as laugh lines, but aren't funny. He's kind of
what are those again?
The most comedic relief. Then that's just kind of, I can't think of any of them because they're not funny. But he doesn't get much to do either.
You wanted to talk about him? This is your best friend. Your best friend, Duncan.
I want to talk about James Tolkien, Principal Strickland.
Here's another character. So this is the police officer who is lured to the
Detective Lubbock.
He comes to the high school where a fire breaks out because this is where Skeletor's henchmen arrive on Earth, and he's investigating that. And he seems like a live wire. He doesn't seem entirely stable. He gets a shotgun at one point and is just shooting it at people.
He also when we first meet him,
is infuriating. I'm like discussing this character, and as I'm trying to discuss him, I'm like, why does this happen from a story perspective? Why? Why is this character here?
There's the very first time we meet him, Kevin has survived like a fire, or there's a fire at the school where Kevin had left Julie, and then we don't find out till later, but all the bad guys say come through the portal there, taken her, or chased her away, and the school is on fire. And so he comes back and he's like, what the fuck is happening? And then the detective Lubbock is there and he's like, hey, what the fuck is happening? He's trying to figure it out, but he's yelling at Kevin, but he's being helpful. He's like, hey kid, get in the car. And then he's like, are you arresting me? He's like, no, we're going to go find your girlfriend, which is what he asked him to do. But he's yelling at him like he's arresting him. It was very confusing. I was
and then
I
he
see
takes
why Kevin
him,
is confused.
He goes back. Kevin's like, well, maybe she went back to her house or maybe that's the detective's idea. I literally, it was like sand going into my brain. Like, it just kept slipping out. The minute it got in there, it was slipping out.
Like sand.
Somehow they ended up at Courtney Cox's house through one of those characters' decisions. And, high five. And they go inside, and then Courtney Cox calls the house, and for some reason, Kevin Corrigan is like, I'm going to pretend it's not Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
While he holds the cosmic key in his hand, which, have we even said he thinks it's a synthesizer?
Because it is.
I guess it
is. It does more, but it also does make music, apparently. Synthesizes cosmic rays or whatever. So, yeah, at some point, this is kind of a kind of action movie trope where there's like a guy who starts as, an enemy or a frenemy and then becomes like part of the group, but he kind of never does. Like they're having this whole hostage kind of situation where they're like stuck in the back room while there's a whole battle going on in the music store, which I want to talk about later. But he he's being held at gunpoint and is the only reason he's going along with this. And he keeps trying to escape.
And I'm like, you're a police officer.
Yeah. And he doesn't know that this very loud, very obvious battle is going on until he comes out of the room. They're like, whoa, what happened here? And you're like, what do you mean what happened here? This has been going on while you were trapped in the, that's why you were in the room. And then at the end of the movie, so he does eventually kind of help our heroes when they all end up back in Eternia. And then we get the 4-second denouement where he's in new clothes and he has a girlfriend.
A lady love.
He's like, I was going to retire anyway and I got this lady. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't establish anything about him aside from that he's like kind of a hard-boiled detective and a bit of a hothead. And then at the end, it's like, I'm going to stay here in Eternia. I'm like, you haven't earned this. You haven't earned this, funny note that your character's going to end on.
Yeah. We did learn that his character served in Korea. So thank you for
I think his character needs therapy. I think he's got a lot of trauma.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, he was a mess.
I saw MASH, so I know.
Can we talk about these henchmen?
Yes, hench him out.
Karg, Beastman, Blade. The snake one, Saurod. Who was a snake.
Lauren's favorite moment was when they come out of the portal. She said everyone gets their moment to vamp because they come out and then they look
they're
left,
sort of
look right,
tiptoeing.
And
It was very Queens enter the workroom.
It was very much like Ice Capades vibes, where they come out. There's a new character and they have to kind of show that their character is evil by how it moves, just
right.
Oh, he's slinky.
It was very commedia dell'arte. I need to be able to tell you're evil from all the way in the back, please.
Yeah. Could we just zoom in? No,
absolutely not. Could we establish these characters in any way? No, time. I don't have time. But everyone gets a little entrance.
Yeah.
I loved, by the way, so they chase Courtney Cox out of the high school auditorium where they're having a dance that night and her boyfriend's awesome band is going to play.
Mm.
And then they go into a new location. And I want to talk through this location with you.
Okay.
It's behind the school. There are filing cabinets, boxes, giant tires, Christmas decor.
Oh, yeah, it's like a warehouse.
It's outdoors. And then there's yet a neon sign that says pizza pointing to the left, the opposite side. And I'm like, what is this? Because there's a marketing sign for a pizza joint. So obviously you think people will be walking through this area that's just garbage piled up. It felt very much like a
Whittier,
video
California
game
has seen better days. Okay.
It was like, these are just boxes that we keep here for you to climb over in a video game.
Yeah.
Karg is our ostensible third in command. It's Skeletor, Evelyn, Karg, as far as I could tell. And he is the most Snidely Whiplash of the group. Yeah. He's always on talking like this or something like that.
No.
Isn't he?
I couldn't identify Karg's voice in a lineup. I gotta be honest.
He feels like a character that would say to Skeletor, we're honing in on them soon, your malevolence. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's
I think
the vibe.
He does get a line, something like that. He says they're outnumbered, and then Evelyn watches her
I did like this
feed that she somehow has.
She can scan an area and see what happened in the recent past from what I
she's
can
like,
gather.
Outnumbered, huh? More like outclassed or something.
What a bitch.
Something like that. She's right, though.
She was right. No, I meant that in the gay way. I was like, yes, slay him, Evelyn. What a bitch, serve mama, clack.
Is that the
clackety clack? It's I don't know. I saw a drag queen do it once. I don't know what it means.
Okay, all right.
I'm just trying to seem cool.
Gay culture. I love that. I want to be a part of it someday. You know.
What?
I don't
Can't wait. You're gonna be a gay icon one day. I'm gonna make sure of it.
I'm an ally. Not that I'm going to help you have rights or anything, but I just want to say the stuff.
I just want to, like, go to the parade and you're all like clapping for me. I'm like the center of attention.
I want to be not like a good ally. I want to be like a Katy Perry ally.
Yeah. Useless. Okay. Can you explain to me? I said this in my recap, but I still am confused.
Mm-hmm.
Gwildor made a key for Skeletor and then says, Skeletor wants to kill me so I can't make another one, but he doesn't know I still have the prototype.
Uh-huh.
Why does Skeletor want to get the second key? Why is it so important?
I thought he just, like, they can't have, like, only I can have keys because they're reasons.
Also, why does he need a key? It doesn't even seem like he intended to be using the key. It's He-Man when he's in dire straits that's like, let's open a portal and just go anywhere in the universe.
You see these people spending like $22,000 on a Fender Telecaster, and you're like, you're not even going to use that. That's Skeletor, but with cosmic keys. He just wants to have them.
He's like a sneakerhead.
He's a blues lawyer. He's a guy just gathering up the keys.
You don't need this many Funko Pops. You're not playing with them. They're not particularly attractive.
And I could
remember.
Behold
These
the stench
Back
of
to the
Skeletor.
Future Funko Pops haven't been removed from the box. You don't even talk like that in this one.
Do you want to talk about...
Until we meet again!
There's nothing else to say about Gwildor, really, but it's pretty upsetting facial situation. It's Jim Henson's workshop adjacent.
Ooh,
but like,
come on. Jim Henson didn't die for this.
I mean, but let's say that you took your glasses off and you were watching Masters of the Universe, okay?
Uh-huh.
It would be understandable if you were like, this is a Jim Creature Workshop kind of situation. And then you put
the
on
lady
your
with
glasses,
the third eye in Labyrinth?
No.
Or in Dark Crystal? Is that who that is? And then I'm like, Billy Barty.
Yeah. But we couldn't do Orko, who is the buddy in He-Man.
Because he's only in the cartoons?
He's a floating wizard with no face. And we were like, look, we're not doing that. I'll give you a troll dwarf guy with a crazy face. How about that? And everybody was like, sold.
Am I correct in thinking he does have gills? Is that established when he falls into the swamp?
Yep. He has to clean them out.
I just want to be clear here. The swamp that's next to a cow herd that's also next to a rib joint.
Ribs and chicken.
Ribs and chicken. Robbie's.
They could be beef
Robbie's.
Ribs.
Oh, so you think that's the cow that Robbie's fast food rib joint would kill
farm
and then make
to table.
Yeah, that's Ronnie's vibe.
Farm to roller skate to tray to window.
I like that type of cow. I like those big old
he was friendly
tawny cows. Yeah. Very cute. Got those big dumb eyes, those big eyelashes. Wish the cow was in the movie more. If I had to, I don't like to criticize because, like, I know your vision, Gary Goddard.
Yeah.
More cows next time.
Damon.
Billy Barty, though.
Sounds like you're into the cow. I just want to.
Billy Barty,
Billy Barty.
I felt like he was supposed to be comic relief.
Yeah, that's the vibe. He's like a buddy.
But he only talks like this all the time, which is a little goes a long way, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to him. He gets a lot of lines that I don't understand as well. So
I think that's why I struggle with his name a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on you for not turning on closed captions.
I'm Gwildor. I built the Cosmic Key. Come over here. Come to my house. I'm sorry. One at a time.
You've said a lot of words, all of which I recognize, but don't make any sense together.
You said Gavin DeGraw was your name? What was it? Was it? Yeah, and he has a lot of like little quips and stuff, and I'm like, buddy.
Does he?
You know, it had the cadence of a joke, to quote Bert Hapley, but I don't know what it is.
And then at the end, he's supposed to be like rebuilding the Cosmic Key that got broked. And instead he's like, hey, Man-at-Arms, look at those teenagers over there kissing. And I'm like, yeah, Billy, get to work.
Don't be weird. Don't do that. And he's baffled by Kevin's ability to play synthesizer.
I was also confused by this revelation. I'm like, wait, is this the only form of music in Eternia? Is this Cosmic Key? The fact that it makes tones is unique?
No.
This is why you establish what the fuck Eternia is. So that when we get to these plot points, I'm like, yes. They set this up in Act 1.
Perfectly. We've been beating around the Dolph for too long.
Dolph
it's time
sucks.
to talk about Dolph.
He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a mensch in life. You want to, while I'm talking, do you want to go ahead and Google anything that might be just pull up his Wikipedia and see if there's any concerning like bullet point in there. But I'm going to keep talking. He seems like a nice guy. And maybe him playing the Russian in Rocky 3, that works largely from what I hear. I've never seen any Rocky beyond Rocky 1.
I will break you.
But here it seems like the script broke him. He is supposed to be sort of this charismatic, winning guy that, rouses Eternia into fighting against Skeletor. And he's just sort of like a charisma vacuum. He's just some jacked guy. I mean, he is hired for his body.
Which he does have.
Point to Dolph on that one.
Yeah.
But everything else is not vibing.
How do you feel about talking about Dolph Lundgren's body? Are you full up, or are you ready to keep going?
Am I full up? Excuse me?
Is that a thing? I guess it is.
Well, I mean, it's not a thing. I mean, it's no clackety clack, but it is. It leads the imagination somewhere. He was wearing a dumb costume most of the time, and which is why I was happy when Skeletor finally kidnapped him and was like, "Let's get all these clothes off of you so we can whip you." I'm like, finally, this movie finally kicks it into high gear.
Langella's like, "I've been working on my body. Now it's time to work on yours."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yes, Queen."
Yes.
He has a nice body. It's very 80s body in that it's like hairless and tan and oiled in a weird way. But look,
he looks like
if I was alone in, a locker room with Dolph Lundgren and he put the moves on me, I mean, I'm not going to try and weasel out of that situation.
Mm.
But he's not exactly, there's something, maybe it's just the sort of dead behind the eyes look. He may not be my exact cup of tea. Like if I had
he's a Fulbright scholar,
a suite of courtesans. Oh wait, now you're winning me back.
You don't like Fulbright scholars? No, I get it.
I say cut the whole education department.
I think he was like apparently he was. I'm gonna get some details of this song because I don't. Or I'm gonna get some details of this wrong because I don't want to just read the Wikipedia article. But he was like working his way to like go to MIT, and then before he was like working as a bodyguard, and someone like spotted him and was like, "Hey, do you want to go over here?" He was like, Grace Jones was like, "Do you want to be my bodyguard?" And then they started dating, and he became like in this whole world, and then got cast into. And it's like He's like, I'm going to do this. And Dolph, thumbs up, buddy. Correct
Actually,
choice.
the Grace Jones does trigger a memory that I think I knew that they dated at least for a while.
Yeah. He's so bad at acting, but he did not really speak English very well. And that was part of the plan was apparently to overdub his lines. And then they were just like,
That sounds like it would cost a lot of money, and we were already sort of doing that already.
Yeah. And there was another bit, and this seems like possibly made up, but there was something in his contract where he was like, he gets to try it first. He gets to have attempts to overdub it.
I saw this as well, that he gets 2 chances to dub it himself, and then they can redub him. They should have just gotten Glenn Close to come in and redub all his lines without telling him, just like they did to poor Andie MacDowell.
When did that happen to Andie MacDowell?
The Tarzan movie that Andie MacDowell was in. She went to the premiere, sat down and watched the movie, and it was Glenn Close's voice coming out of her mouth.
Weird.
And they didn't tell her until... Well, they didn't tell her at all. So she watched the movie and was like, well, who the fuck is that? Now, it feels bad. Andie MacDowell seems like a nice lady. I'm fairly sure I've told this story on this podcast before.
You might have.
But
I don't have the memory of a
She's
goldfish.
also not a great actress. She might be the Dolph Lundgren of actresses.
She's the Dolph Lundgren.
She is a lot more
Glenn
charming
Close's.
than Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, I don't...
Not into it.
No.
He's...
Especially to lead a movie like this.
Yeah. He-Man, even in the cartoons, which, by the way, just to revisit the cartoons just for a second, are garbage.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So let's not get too nostalgic about those either, but in a different way. But we're still trying to buy He-Man, like you said, as this like charismatic leader. He's kind of leading the chart. Everybody's like, look,
we want him to win, for example. You want to establish that. There
is something to be said for just kind of a lunky guy who fights well, which he doesn't seem to do either.
That's kind of more are a little bit.
That I don't want to shit on this movie for fight scenes because that is kind of like I do. It's shitty. They're bad. He did. My favorite scene is I think the second time when they're like in the third act, they're in Eternia and they're having a battle in the throne room of Castle Greyskull, and he's shooting and then blocking things with his sword, blocking lasers with his sword.
Get out of here.
It looks like he's climbing a ladder, sort of. It's weird.
It was very odd. Also, in that same scene, which is nonsensical, he is standing behind a column. There are all these like columns that are carved to look like people holding up the roof. And he is standing behind a column and someone shoots at him and he kind of looks up towards the top of the column and he like has a big idea and he turns around and sort of pushes the column down, which is fine. And that's it. It's not to like create a bridge anywhere. There's no one under that column. He just pushes it down. And then the movie just keeps going. And I'm like,
you gotta give him that. It takes a lot of strength to do something like that.
If you did that in the first act, like at least I could go, they're trying to establish that he has a lot of strength. Got it. This was in the last 10 minutes of the movie.
I'll tell you what, He-Man.
Can I call him just he? Did I already do that joke in the cartoon?
I don't know.
Are we close enough that I can just call you he, or would you prefer Mr. Man?
Do you think that's a really early anti-trans thing? We are just establishing.
I really want to establish the gender binary.
He could not be more man.
Men are he, women are raw. Any questions?
What's to understand?
Plenty.
I would like to go to the verdict. I'm ready. Are you ready?
You don't want to talk about when Skeletor becomes Goldar right at the end?
Oh, sure.
He's got the gold lame everywhere. He's got what looks like a Galactus helmet on, but it's covered in like gold. He looks ludicrous. Frank Langella did not even get to film this part because the guy who plays Blade played Skeletor fighting. This is when he gets He-Man's sword, which is a component, which is part of it. And he puts it in the throne. Yeah. Sure. That makes him gold.
What's your question? Sorry, I'm still getting get to your question.
It makes him unstoppable, which means that He-Man stops him almost immediately, and he is then thrown into a pit. And that's all I just wanted to say is that outfit was ludicrous and stupid.
All the things that you just said were ironclad, so I don't know what the problem is. The sword goes in the throne, the gold thing goes on the face, the unstoppability is stoppable. Skeletor goes in the lava.
It's up there with Superman giving up his powers, and he'll never be able to get them back unless he really wants them.
Where'd that plastic thing from your chest come from?
Is that a power you got? That's not really a power as much as a feature of the suit more than anything.
It's just saran wrap, it looks like. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, we can go.
Man. That's our transition.
That was fun. Now, and I will say this, I know we're in Verdict Corner. So many corners. If they had added a lot of like just clips of them running in front of a blue screen and then just kept reusing it and changing the backgrounds, I'd be like, perfect.
You know, they started doing like the sequels that are actually kind of making fun of like the Starsky and Hutch and the Brady Bunch. They were like kind of making fun of the thing. That would be what if we did a He-Man movie now,
I think actually from what I hear, and maybe I'm misremembering, what we're getting in 2026 might be that.
That actually sounds fun.
It's a garbage product. Let's at least have some fun with it.
Yeah.
This ain't Tolkien. It's got Tolkien, but it ain't Tolkien. Just go crazy. It's a skeleton man. DJ, what do you think about He-Man? No, it's not even called that. What do you think about 1987's Masters of the Universe?
Okay. Just to get out of the way really quick, You're in Child's an Idiot. This is a garbage movie. But I just there's no question about that. This is bad. Don't watch it. But also watch it maybe because it's kind of, it's not good. But it wasn't the worst thing that we've watched because it was, you know, I'm not a so bad it's good guy, but it was getting in that territory where it's low, like, if not low budget, sure looked and seemed low budget. The Dolph Lundgren is just charismaless, and that in a way that gets funny because every time he has to deliver a line, you're like, we don't want any more takes of that. That is it.
That was
We're
it.
Just gonna
Got
move
it.
on.
Good.
I understand that
Sidney Lumet, who I believe directed this, he's a one-take guy. He's if you want a second take, Dolph, we'll do it, but I think we got it.
I think it's perfect. Maybe that's the Godard way, you know?
Not that Godard, the other one, the more problematic one.
I'm always just waiting for Godard. Okay, so I liked, again, it's just not quite campy in some ways, but it is definitely campy. Like the henchmen, Langella Skeletor, He-Man.
Oh, evil one.
It's pretty fun. And we didn't get to talk about the music store fight, and I want to highlight that.
Oh, right.
Because I thought that was a pretty fun set piece. I don't know how this poor music store lasted this long, because they're just blowing at smithereens, and it goes on for a while. And we're like, guys, all these instruments are gone. Like, this is over. But they're still like kind of fighting.
Your goal was to destroy the instruments, I assume, and they're all gone. So this fight should be over.
And they have, what is it, Charlie?
Charlie is the music guy.
They did not know what to do with this guy because he could have been like a source of quick comedy, and he's just not because he doesn't have. And at one point, he like looks like he ran out of lines or something. Like he had been paid only at a certain scale, and they couldn't allow him because he like there's a beat where I think it's Lubbock is talking to him, and he just kind of looks at him. And we're like, you can say something, or we could just cut to another scene. What are we doing?
I chose neither of these things. I chose a third way.
Yeah. I think Charlie... it was kind of a fun set piece for the fight. Kind of.
It is, at least feels like an actual space rather than just a place where boxes and tires live.
Yeah.
Charlie does feel like, it feels a little bit like we're building a team and Charlie's going to be part of it.
Yeah.
Because he's introduced really early in the movie.
Yeah.
He actually has some characterization.
Yeah.
Like he's just like a music store owner. He's eating pizza. He's into Kevin's band for reasons I'll never know. And, he looks like kind of a hippy-dippy hipster, like, 80s hipster.
maybe his knowledge of musical instruments might come in handy with this thing. Nope. Doesn't at all.
Not
he
interested.
He pretends to know what it is. And then Kevin's like, never mind, you know what it is. And then he's like, no, I don't know what it is. I'll buy it. And then he's like, I don't want to sell it. I'm like, what are we fucking doing here? What is this? Anyway, or in the verdict, I do want to give, I think Langella is my Catherine O'Hara because I probably enjoyed his performance the most.
I'll give it to him. I mean, I don't think anyone comes out of this looking great.
That's for the new listeners. That's our Catherine
And do you want to
O'Hara.
give the music store fight the SF?
Yes. So that's for new listeners. I'm trying to explain, Damon.
Oh, sorry.
I know you're doing clerical work while on the air, but
I've got a really cool spreadsheet I'm working on. Your malevolence.
That's the Catherine O'Hara Memorial MVP Award. She's not dead, but I hope she never does. And then of course the Sally Field Single Scene Award, which is the music store fight. Not like a little bar for these things, but I did also enjoy. I think honorable mention to the Rose Bowl parade of
why does Skeletor even come in?
He's just coming on a hoverboat. He's like in the Louisiana swamp, just hovering through Main Street, USA.
Now that's a manatee over there.
Yeah, you're gonna watch out for these gators. They'll get you.
Yeah, it's mating season, so you see one, you move. All right.
That's Lucy over there. Now she doesn't have no teeth, but she'll gum you.
She'll latch on.
All right,
best just let her finish.
Well, she'll fill you up. Sorry.
Like dolphin a whipping uniform. Deej, thank you for asking. Yeah. This movie is bad.
Uh-huh.
It does not even rise to the occasion of like so bad it's fun to watch. It is. I found myself getting very distracted. I'm usually pretty good at like staying alert, and I found myself just on Instagram. This movie is not good. It doesn't respect the source material. Neither do I, but I'm not making a movie out of it, am I? Everyone just seems to be sleepwalking, except for maybe Courtney Cox and Frank Langella. Frank Langella, though, I mean, I kind of wanted, like, let's go camp. Let's go camping. Yeah. Let's do it. And it felt like, I don't know if it was just because of the prosthetics that he had to wear, that he couldn't have as much range as you'd expect.
Emote.
But I wanted like full Iago, vamping all over the place. Like, let's go crazy. Let's cackle. I mean, he gets a few moments, but sometimes it's just even hard to understand what everyone's saying. He's just in one place the entire time, except when he gets to have his, float go down the abandoned city streets. There's not even people running from him in terror. There's just like a parade of his minions, and then he disappears so that James Tolkien once he gets back up, he's like, I swear they were just here.
Yeah.
Pointless.
I also forgot the moment where
pointless.
They have like the rooftop fight and then the hoverboat like slowly descends once he has the key.
Why? Everything's just happening because the plot is just going from and then. There's no because, it's just and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nonsense. It's a nonsense movie. And also, you have this whole fantasy setting. Why am I in suburban California for this fucking movie? Why do you think that is more compelling than swords and sorcery and this world that you can build from the ground up? Why am I watching Courtney Cox navigate her grief? It's just very, very weird.
Quick correction. You said, why is this more compelling? And you meant to say cheaper.
You're right. Cheaper. And honestly, it is more compelling because none of the people in the swords and sandals know what the fuck they're talking about. So, I mean, when she arrives, I'm like, at least this is a human emotion that I understand.
Yeah.
And I can, you can explain it in a sentence. And I'm like, okay, I got it. But it feels like a waste of time to like bring He-Man into it.
Yeah. So you add unnecessary context later and say that dad was flying. And you're like, why
are you blaming yourself? Your father's a terrible pilot. He's the Harrison Ford of pilots.
Whoa.
Too soon. I did say John Denver. I said Harrison Ford. He lived.
I thought you were making a dig at Han Solo, and I was offended.
No, he's a good pilot. Han's a good pilot.
What do you think, everybody? You're innerchildsandidiot at gmail.com. You can text us or leave us a voicemail, 615-576-0525. We want to thank our patrons for supporting the show. Damon.
Do you want to do it as Dolph?
Yeah.
Fill her up.
We're gonna we're gonna thank our patrons for supporting the show, including Lindsay, Halik,
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Jackson used to have an unhealthy obsession with Damon, but it ended when he heard his Buffy verdict. Also, Jackson told us we don't have to read that the whole time. We've been absolved.
Can we go back to present tense, Jackson? Can you go back to having an unhealthy obsession with me?
I don't think we get that. I think we just get Jackson.
Oh, okay. Jeremy Powlen. Try not to do Arnold, though. I
know
can't
it's really hard.
Arnold.
I don't know how to do a Swedish accent.
Just think of IKEA. Shut your eyes and think of IKEA.
Yeah, the supreme rule of this podcast.
Tippi von Cheaterly.
T. Smith.
The Elusive and Gromkin.
His Honor the Mayor. I'm doing Skeletor now, next.
The Zesty.
Beth Surmont.
Particle.
Little Miss Chicken Nugget.
Are you doing Karg now? You're doing cartoon Skeletor?
I'm doing cartoon Skeletor. I don't know how to do Langella's.
Zachary Hartley.
Oh, no. Damon's Australian accent.
Stu-StusStuartJ.
Dr. Malcolm's Heaving Bosom.
Did you see that Jeff Goldblum, his chest won a Las Culturistas award for his impact on the culture? I forgot you're not gay. You wouldn't have known any of this.
What are the words that you're saying to me?
I'll explain off tape. Everyone else can look it up.
Okay.
Heather Tuggle.
Shit on the Cartouche.
Caroline Amberson.
Jonathon Day.
Josh Frigo.
Travis Vance.
Tommy Boy is my favorite movie.
Larissa Maestro.
The Hands of Fate.
Lindsay Nell. This is taking too long.
Bill Haynes.
Karen Card, thank you all very much for supporting the show.
Thank you.
And sorry. If you want to support like them, patreon.com/yourinnerchild's an idiot.
I just realized, do I have a Skeletor laugh?
Yeah.
I should have been terrorizing Eternia this whole time. They say if you don't have the laugh, you shouldn't even bother. So I've already got a step ahead of most people.
You also have a clown-like nose blow.
That is true. That is true. And I usually have a polka dotted handkerchief anyway, so it is nice. It flops out when I blow.